Hello, today I'm going to talk about how to use Blender. And before using Blender, I'm going to show my setup. This is how I set up my Blender. I use the Wacom tablets to set up my Blender. We don't need to use the Wacom tablets to use Blender. We can also use the mouse, but I rather use the tablets just because. And this is where you can set up how you can set up the Blender software with the Wacom. So all you have to do is to browse where the Blender software is, somewhere here, and then you just click on it, and then you are able to set it up however you want. So far what I did, I set up my very first button of my pen with the middle click of the mouse, and my second button of the pen I program it using, I replace it with the shift button of the keyboard. So this is how I program my tablets. So okay, so in Blender we have about 4 different parts. Here we can see, here we have the body, which is the area, the main area, and that main area of Blender, it's called the 3D viewport. And the 3D viewport is where most of the work is taking place. And also you have different type of editors. Beside the 3D viewports, we have the UV editor, which is usually used to make an UV map to a 3D. We also have other type of editor like the dope sheets, which is used for animation usually. And we also have the texture nodes editor as well, and also other type of editor like the Python console, which is rarely used. And besides all of that, you also have on your right hand side the scene collection. In the scene collection we have a big folder named collection, which includes the camera, the cube, and the lights. And also if you want to add or make them, to hide them out of the existing, out of the software, if you don't want to use, if you don't want us to see the cube, you can just push that button. You can hide that button using that little icon right there to hide it out of the existence, out of the viewports. Now let me unhide it. And to navigate this software, we use shift middle mouse to move it around, and to zoom in and out you use the control middle mouse, and also to rotate you could use the middle mouse as well to rotate. Now this is a 3D model, which is a cube. To delete the cube, we can use X from the keyboard and then delete, or you could create a new 3D by using Shift A and then choose between different type of shape. And here I will choose again the shift. You can use Shift A. You can use the let me create again a view a sphere. We can control the sphere using the move control, the move tool. The move tool we can control using the move tool, the sphere, using the Y, the Z, and the X coordinates, and use X to delete it. And also within the View 3D viewports, we have other tabs which are the layouts. We have the layout workspace tab, you have the modeling workspace tab, you have the sculpting and the UV editing workspace, you have the texture paint workspace, you even have a scripting workspace for if you want to use Python. So we also have different scene as well if you want to create different scene. If you click on this on this shape right there, it is in object mode, but you can change in any mode you want. On edit mode, you can either move the vertex, or you could move the edge, or even the faces. This will be in edit mode. There's also the sculpt mode as well, which have its own tool, like the inflate, you have the grab tool. The grab tool is one of the most popular tools to use if you go to sculpt. We can use the sculpting mode as well by moving and then each tool have its own either radius, its components which are radius or the strength. The radius will increase how large you want to control the cube. If you want to decrease it, you can control only a small portion. Now this is the sculpting part. If you go to the modeling part, let's say we want to create a modifier, a subdivision surface multiplier. You just go to the add modifier and you click on the surface modifier, and you either increase the view or the render or the quality. Now if you delete, you can create another one, or you delete the circle too. Shift A, cube. Now to add a mirror modifier, I'm going to show you how to add the mirror modifier. First I'll go to the edit mode and I tried to use, first I have to go back to the vertex mode and we try to Control R on the shapes, and I will try to delete the whole shapes. But align them, every one of them, and use X to delete the face. Now if I want to do a mirror modifier. Use the mirror modifier. All I have to do is to click on the mirror here, and it will appear. It will behave. So each time we move the vertex here, we'll be able to move at the other side if we move at the left side. And the reason it works because we had it already set up as a now if we apply for it, or we can just close, delete to do another one if you want to create another one. And then I use the loop tool again. To do on the top here. I use X to delete the faces, and I do another mirror modifier. We do it for the Z axis. And what we can do is to go to the objects mode, or maybe or you could use the clip. And it's going to get stuck here. All you have to do is to change the button. The reason why it's working is because it's at the Z axis. What we did before was at the X axis. But that's not what you want. You want it at the Z axis. And you could just apply. And if we unclick clipping, remember to highlight all of the faces. I have to click. You have to click Shift and the middle mouse. If you don't use the clip functionality versus if you use the clip functionality, use the clip functionality, it will clip. Oh, that's about it.